feet together, standing up nice and tall, shoulders back and good posture. On your next inhale, we're going to take the arms up to the sky and reach up as tall as you can, just looking up those fingertips. Stretch up nice and tall. And on your next exhale, we're going to take the hands down to the floor. So just starting to roll yourself down. You can keep your knees bent if you need to take a little bit of pressure off the back of the legs. But just taking the hands down to the toes into a forward bend. And just have a few resting breaths here. Now popping the hands on the front of the legs, we're going to do our half lift. So this is where we have a nice flat back, shoulders are back, proud chest. So just be mindful that you aren't rolling your back here. I want to have a nice flat back. And back to the toes. From here we're going to walk our hands forward into a down dog. So remember, the dogs are where your head is positioned, not where your bottom's positioned. So head down for down dog. Just let your head hang. Take your tailbone up to the sky. And you just want to push back. And again, trying to keep a nice flat back rather than rounding out. So trying to push back into your down dog. And we're going to rock forward into a high plank. From here, we're going to do our crocodile. So you can take knees if you need to, but this is basically a really slow push up all the way down to the ground. Keeping the core on, and from here we're going to push up into up dog. So just stretching the torso, try and keep the elbows, try and keep the shoulders away from the ears. Then we're going to draw the tummy back in, take the tailbone up towards the sky again for down dog, and push yourself back. Okay, from this position, we're going to take our right leg up to the sky as high as you can. So this is our three-legged dog, and we're going to bring that right foot to the outside of the right hand. Trying to keep the shoulders away from the ears always, and just look up as much as you are able to. So you can take your back knee here if you need to, drop it onto the mat. But what we want to do is draw the tummy, and we're going to come into a standing position from here. So tummy comes in. We're going to pop the hands on the hips to start with. We're in dragon pose now. So try and lengthen your back heel down towards the floor. And if you're able to, bring the arms up to the sky and looking ahead. From here, we're going to open up into warrior position. So I'm going to have my back to the camera on this one. I'm going to open up to the left side. So just rotate that back foot. Front leg is still bent, looking out over that front fingertip. Just want to check that your knee is not too far forward of your heel and that your knee is not collapsing inwards. So just good alignment, open up the hips. From here, we're going to take that back hand down the back of the leg, reach up towards the sky or the ceiling, and looking up. From this position here, we're going to take that front arm, rest it on the front leg, bring the back arm up and over and looking up still. If you can, have your palm faced up towards the sky. And just tuck your booty in so that you're not folding at your midsection. Then we're going to reverse it back to where we were. Hand down the back of the leg, arm up to the sky. And from this position, we're going to get back down onto the floor into that deep lunge position. So just rotating, hands on the floor, back into that deep lunge. We're going to take the right foot back into down dog. Once again, just let your head hang. Drive your tailbone up to the sky and try and flatten that back as you push back. If you can get your heels into the floor, that's fabulous. If not, just do what you can here. We're going to rock forward into plank. Do our crocodile again, so draw your tummy in, take knees if you need to. And then coming into up dog. Beautiful work. Draw the tummy in, we're going back to down dog. And now we're going to repeat that sequence on the other side. So taking your left foot nice and high, three-legged dog, and then we're going to bring that foot to the outside of your left hand. You can do that in a couple of steps if you need to lift your foot up and bring it forward. We're in that deep lunge position. And from here, we're going to stand up into dragon pose. So draw your tummy in, lifting the chest, hands on the hips to start with, trying to lengthen that back heel down towards the floor. And we're going to bring the arms up overhead if you're able to. And this time we're going to open up through the right side, so you'll see what's going on now. We're going to take that back heel out, back foot out. Still looking forward over that front hand, fingertips. Just check the alignment of the knees, on the behind the heel, and not collapsing inward. And then from here we're going to drop that back arm down the back leg, reaching up towards the ceiling, looking up, and then dropping that front forearm onto the front leg, other arm up and over, palm facing the sky if you can. And then reverse it. Back hand down the back leg, other arm up to the sky. And from here we're heading back down onto the floor. Draw the tummy in, rotate that back heel again into our deep lunge position. Taking taking the left foot back, down dog. So again, let your head hang. Try and drive your heels into the floor, stretching out the back of the legs and trying to flatten that back. Rocking forward into plank. We're going to get into the next sequence now. So if you're able to, we're going to bring the right hand up and do a side plank. You can do that from your knees. Just tuck your heels in behind and reaching up. And then coming back into plank position. Again, you can do that on your hands or your toes. And we're going out the other side. Ooh, almost went over. And back to high plank. And we're going to do crocodile, so take your knees if you need to. Lifting up into up dog. And back into down dog. Just a bit of a core sequence to sneak in there. Okay, from here, we're going to take the right foot up to the sky. And then bring it to the outside of the right hand. Big deep lunge position. Once again, we're going to come up into standing and dragon pose. So draw the tummy in. Hands on the hips to start with. And if you can, lifting those arms up to the sky. And from here, we're going to open up into warrior again. Just make sure you check the alignment of your knees. Once again, we're going to drop that hand down the back leg and reach up to the sky. And we're going to take the front hand this time to the instep of that front leg. Straighten the front leg as much as you can and reach the other hand up to the sky and look up. Once again, try not to fold forward at the center. Tuck your body in, tuck your booty in. And we're going to reverse it again. Take that back hand down the back leg. Other arm up to the sky, bending that front leg. And getting back onto the floor. So draw the tummy in. Hands on the ground, back into your deep lunge position. We're going back to down dog. So take that foot back. Push yourself back. Let your head hang. Try and flatten out your back. Coming forward into plank And everybody's favorite, crocodile. And up dog. Try and get those shoulders away from the ears, make space. Drawing the tummy in, we're going back to down dog. Great job. We're going to do all of that on the other side, so taking the left foot up to the sky, high as you can, and then coming forward, bringing the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Drawing the tummy in, we are coming up into dragon. So first of all, hands on the hips, nice and tall and straight, and if you can, arms up to the sky. We are opening up into warrior pose now, opening up out to the right side. Check the alignment of those knees, please. And we're going to take that back hand down the back of the leg, other arm up to the sky. From here, the front hand comes to the instep of your front foot. Straighten that leg as much as you're able to. Bring the other arm up to the sky and look up. Tuck your booty in. Big stretch on the inside of those legs. And we're going to reverse it. So hand down the back of the leg, arm up to the sky. And we are going back onto the mat. So draw the tummy in. Hands on the floor, deep lunge position, taking that left foot back into down dog. Just walk the dog, so drop one heel then the other. Get a bit of a stretch up the back of those hamstrings. Tailbone to the sky. And rock forward into plank. High plank. Draw the tummy in, take knees if you need to. We're doing crocodile pose. And then up dog. 2 separate moves, please. Draw the tummy in, we're going back to down dog. Once again, walk the feet if you need to, walk the heels. Trying to drop those heels down towards the floor. We're going to walk the hands back towards the feet and end up in a forward bend. I'll just come forward a little bit so you can see me. Have a couple of breaths here. Stretch out those hamstrings. Can have your knees bent if you need to protect the back. And then roll yourself up all the way. Bring the shoulders up to the ears and back. And then a nice deep breath in, take the arms up to the sky, tall as you can. And then bring your hands back to heart center in prayer. And that was your Power Flex sequence for today.